Hello everybody, I am PhotoGuy79, and what a difference a day makes. A couple of changes went up on the PTR, and a couple of changes got unchanged. So I'm here to talk to you about some of the stuff we're going to see on Overwatch in the next coming days. And I just released a Sombra Guy video, so some things will be changed, some things not, but I just wanted to go over some of the new stuff that we can all look forward to in the coming weeks. First of all, I do play on the Xbox, so for those that can't handle console gaming, don't worry, don't watch the video then. But I won't have the ability to play Orisa when she comes out or when she's on the PTR. So I can't really talk or give any credence to the stuff that she does. I can only say it through Let's Play videos or PTR videos and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be fair if I said, Orisa's going to do this, Orisa's going to do that, because I haven't had a chance to play her, so I can't physically tell you what's going to happen. So I'm just going to leave the Orisa stuff out for now and just focus on the major changes that are going to happen on Overwatch. One of the first big ones is the Ana change. It got changed on Tuesday, changed again on Wednesday, and everything got changed, as it were, or undone. So the first big thing is that Ana's damage went down from 80 to 60, which is huge. It means that fairer players will have more survivability in the air. But the one big thing that they also did change was that the impact grenade, the damage went down from 60 to 30, and the healing went down from 150. That's all been changed back, and that means that she has a bit more survivability if she gets flanked or jumped from behind. So I can see this being an important thing. It's in the same vein as what happened to Lucio and D.Va, is that they were always picks in competitive, and no matter where you went, you always saw Lucio, you always saw D.Va, you always see an Ana. And I think Blizzard kind of wants to hit that happy medium. They don't want the highest pick, they don't want the lowest pick. So if you're in the average, you're good. If you're not, then they're going to do something about it. And Ana was definitely being picked all the time. So I don't see it as much as a nerf as kind of a fix. That she was really strong. Her healing was exceptionally strong. So it's good to see them kind of bring down the damage so she couldn't be a do-all character. So the fact that she could crank out some pretty decent damage and still put up some of the best healing in the game, I think that may have been too much for everybody. So she was always a required pick. They've already nerfed her ultimate, the nano boost, a little bit, so it's good to see the damage gets nerfed down. She can focus on the healing, focus on group support, and keeping the people around her alive, and I think that's a really good change. The next big change is going to come to Junkrat, where he now gets to survive his explosions better. I think this is something that needed to be done after the D.Va change went in, after she became immune to her own self-destruct ultimate. It just felt like the right thing to do, and because we're going to have so many barriers coming in with Orisa, and Winston now has the change where when he drops his barrier, the cooldown starts right away, so we'll start actually getting more barriers out of Winston, we'll get more barriers out of Orisa. And so if you have a team comp of Orisa, Winston, and Reinhardt, you're going to need something to take down those barriers, and Junkrat hucking his concussion mines and just spamming the grenade spam, I think you're going to see Junkrat come in a lot more. And I think what you do need to see is that he doesn't get hurt by his own explosions anymore, and it's just kind of one of those balance things, kind of quality of life to me, that you did it for D.Va, just do it for Junkrat. It means he's going to own some face in closed and trapped hallways, so if you can find people inside a hallway, just spam away, and oh man, it's going to be interesting, because I think, again, as I said before, as the barriers come back in, Junkrat jumping into competitive and into just regular gameplay is going to be huge, and it's something he needed because you didn't see a whole lot of Junkrats in the main competitive scene. And like I said before, as with Ana and with Lucio and with D.Va, you want to bring the people who get picked all the time down, picked all the time down a little bit, and people who don't get picked enough up a little bit. So it's really good to see these changes. And the other change that goes along those same lines is the one with Sombra, where again, just released a guide video. It doesn't change things so much. You can still nest, you can still zip around, but what it means is that her translocate ability goes from 6-second cooldown down to a 4-second cooldown, which to me, this, like, my eyes lit up. I was like, oh my god, this means you can now jump in and kind of be like the Tracer from the first Overwatch video, where you're zipping around in the air. If it's on a 4-second cooldown, that's really, really fast. I mean, Tracer's blink ability is on a 3-second cooldown to use one. So if you can zip around, jump to the top, jump down to the bottom, jump behind somebody, this is going to be amazing. And it opens up a whole new sphere for Sombra, where I said before she was more of a support character to me. This may actually move her into the offensive class for me because she can now survive in a fight a lot more. She can now zip around a lot more. So I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I'm really interested to see where Sombra's going to go because I think she's going to become more offensive. I think that she's going to be more durable because she has that escape up sooner and it's going to be more available. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. The other big thing about Sombra's change is that her announcement when she comes out of a Invis is being lowered down to 15 meters. Everything seems to be revolving around 15 meters with Sombra. It's the range on her hack, the range on her EMP, and now the range on the sound notification. So if you're outside of 15 meters, you're not going to hear. If you're inside of it, you are going to hear it, which is going to be really good. It's going to force that communication a bit more, that if you're not communicating with your team and the rest of the team doesn't hear Sombra come up, they're not going to be able to turn around and shoot her because they're not going to know what's happening. So Widowmakers, Hanzos, Annas are going to get flanked even more so now. And the fact that if you drop a hack before you start open fire, you're going to see a lot of flankers or a lot of backline support keeping their eyes out for Sombra, or maybe even pushing up closer to the front line, putting themselves more in danger of being hit by splash or area effect. Because if you leave yourself in the back, a Tracer, a Genji, or a Sombra is going to find you, and I think it's going to be... I like it a lot. It was another quality of life change, but again, it's something that can only good things can come from it. I've already talked about the Winston change. Winston's barrier cooldown now starts as soon as he drops the barrier. Again, another quality of life thing. Winston wasn't getting picked a whole lot in the competitive scene. He was a little lower down on the pick rate, so we should see him bump up a bit more, especially if we go back to like this kind of 3-tank meta of barriers, which means that you will start seeing things like Junkrat and Sombra coming back because, hey, EMP can get rid of a barrier, hacking can get rid of the barrier. I think it's going to be really good. Also, an interesting side note, I think, is that we may start seeing a lot of snipers come back with Sombra. Sombra teamed up with a sniper can be really good because a sniper only has to land, doesn't have to land a headshot, they just have to hit you once. And if Sombra is in position, they can see that the passive light up to see if they're below half health. Then they can just zip in and gun down, finish off the job. So it's going to be real. I really want to see if that happens, comboing snipers like a Hanzo or an Ana or a Widowmaker together, and then just seeing a Sombra just sit in the back line and just waiting for those low health targets to light up and just zip in and go after them. I think that's going to be really, really interesting. And the last change is a change that got kind of reverted and kind of changed back again. It was kind of strange. It's with Zenyatta. And it's, well, first of all, his alternative fire cooldown got reduced. His recovery rate was reduced from 1 second to 0.6 seconds, which is, it's good to see that they're just tweaking and modifying. But the thing that got changed and then revoked was you could Discord people through barriers. I think that was kind of a knee-jerk reaction. We're gonna find out what happens later on. But I think I'm kind of happy they took that back because I think it would make targets too susceptible. Like if you could Discord orb an Ana or a Mercy or a Lucio through a barrier, then man oh man, it's going to be easy to just flank and jump on those characters right away, or just send a Pharaoh over top and just start dropping rockets or just lob Junkrat grenades over the top. It's nice to see that they're tweaking and fixing things, but it's also good to see that I think that may have been a bridge too far for Zenyatta. I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with something else to throw into the balance to see how you can make him more viable. I don't know what the answer is. I don't have a good answer for it yet, but I don't think Discord Orb through the barrier was a good one because universally a lot of other things can't go through the barrier. So let's not start making exceptions for one or two things. So it's going to be... It's good that they changed it back. I want to see what more they're going to do with Zenyatta, see if he shows up in play a little bit more. Maybe they'll put the Discord Orb back up to its original starting value when beta was closed, but I think that is going to be it for now. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time. Remember, everybody, to keep playing and keep practicing.